Imagine you were not born as blood and bone, not as an animal or a tree, but as something simpler, humbler. Imagine being born as a park bench. At first, it doesn't sound grand. A wooden frame, metal arms, for sturdy legs. Ordinary, everywhere. And yet, a park bench holds the world in silence. It listens to life's stories without ever interrupting. It shoulders the weight of humanity every single day, quietly, anonymously, selflessly. To be born as a park bench might be one of the best fates, because it allows you to be a silent witness and an unsung hero. Chapter 1. The Humble Birth. A park bench has no throne-like crown, no monument like marble. It is born of wood, sometimes recycled planks, or iron forged into simple shapes, and yet its very purpose is noble: to allow another creature to rest. Where so many things are born to consume, the bench is born to give. To give pause, to give breath, to give people a moment of stillness inside their chaos. Chapter 2. A stage for everyone. Unlike theaters and podiums where only some are welcome, a bench never chooses who sits. The exhausted worker, the playful child, lovers whispering in the dusk, the old man feeding pigeons, the homeless soul finding one night of comfort. Every person finds a home, temporarily, in the arms of a park bench. And it never complains, never judges, never asks who you are. To be born a park bench is to be universality itself, open for all, equal for everyone. Chapter 3. The Keeper of Secrets. If benches could speak, the world might tremble. Confessions of love have sunk into its planks. Tears of heartbreak have rolled down its sides. Laughter from friends echoes on its metal frame. Secrets are whispered, arguments are fought, reconciliations are sealed. All while the bench sits silently, watching. To be a bench is to be humanity's recorder, but one that never betrays, never gossips, never leaks. The safest vault for the world's stories lies in wood and iron. Chapter 4. The Witness of Generations. While people grow old, benches endure across decades. One generation carves initials into the wood. Decades later, grandchildren trace their fingers over the same letters. A bench sees families expand, sees memories pass through time. Unlike beings that fade with age, a bench remains steadfast, watching generations unfold, a permanent part of impermanent lives. Chapter 5. The Anchor of Nature. A park is alive. Trees stretch, birds sing, winds dance, children play. And in the middle rests the bench. It doesn't move, but it connects people to nature. You are the place where workers pause to watch sunsets. You are the seat where poets write verses about falling leaves. You are the anchor between restless humanity and the calm of earth. To be a bench is to be the conversation point between man and nature. Chapter 6. The Refuge of Silence. In a noisy world, silence is rare. But benches create silence. The hum of traffic goes away when someone breathes on that wooden seat, looking over a pond. Unlike screens, unlike work desks, you do not demand activity. You allow rest. You declare it's okay to stop. To be born a bench is to be part of the rarest medicine. Stillness. Chapter 7. Bearing weights without complaint. A bench shoulders countless weights, grocery bags, heavy hearts, tired bodies, hopeful dreamers. Sometimes it breaks, but most of the time, it holds. It is strong not because it seeks strength, but because people need it to be strong. And in that, it becomes holy. Strength purely in service. Chapter 8. The Friend of Strangers. On benches, strangers meet. A conversation begins. An eye contact starts. Stories collide. Couples who meet their return years later as families. To be a bench is to be a place of beginnings. Entire human lives may start from a glance exchanged across you. Chapter 9. The Unsung Hero of Memory. People rarely thank a bench. No one says, "This bench saved me," but ask them about their favorite memory. Sitting by the lake, on that old wooden bench, eating ice cream with my father. Memories wrap around benches invisibly. Your service rarely credited, yet forever embedded. You are not celebrated, yet you are unforgettable. That is what makes benches heroes. Silent, unsung, eternal. Chapter 10. The Philosophy of a Bench. What does a bench teach humanity? That value is not in fleeting glamour, but in quiet presence. That it's not necessary to move to make change. That sometimes the most powerful role is to simply be available. A throne may symbolize power, but a bench symbolizes care. Chapter 11. Immortality in Stillness. When benches finally rot, or are replaced, even then they remain in memory. Carvings in the wood, rust in the corners, photographs of lovers, poems inspired by the stillness. To be a bench is to exist not in grandeur, but in essence. You continue living in memory, culture, and hearts. Immortality, not in fame, but in intimacy. Ending, the best to be born as bench. So what does it mean to be born as a park bench? It means to live as a giver, never a taker. It means to witness countless joys, heartbreaks, beginnings, and endings, without ever demanding recognition. It means to hold humanity quietly, with no prejudice, no pride. A park bench is not a throne, and yet it may be nobler. Because to be born as a park bench is to be a silent witness, and an unsung hero, the humble seat that holds the weight of the world, without ever asking for anything in return. If this reflection made you pause, press like, drop your story in the comments, and subscribe to explore more poetic existences in the Best to be Born series.